Yo, 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 yo. We are the ill-advised wise guys. It's your boy Lil Chad. I got my boy.
QDZ for Sheezy is way too easy. And today it's not about Meezy. It's about our special guest. If you want to introduce yourself for the world.
Hey guys, this is Chili A.F. Thank you for having me, guys. Thank you.
For sure.
For sure. This is our pleasure. This is our pleasure. We couldn't help not to bring you on, especially after checking out some of your music. And we're just happy to have you on and talk about some of your background, your music, and on this edition of Who Got Next, presented by the Ill-Advised Wise Guys. Anyway, do you want to tell the people who you are, like where you're from,
Yes. Yes.
What you ate for lunch? What you ate for lunch? What kind of air you like breathing? You know what I'm saying? It's up to you.
Yeah. Well, I'm Chili A.F., also known as Ileana is my real name. I was born in Bulgaria, and then I moved to Brazil when I was a kid, 4 years old. I was raised there. And in 2014, I moved to LA and to do my master's degree in violin, because my parents are also classical musicians. So I was raised in music like since I was a baby, like third generation in my family. And when I moved to LA to do my master's degree in violin, I started becoming a songwriter as a hobby, just writing because classical music is so, strict. It was really nice for me. And that's how I found myself as a songwriter. And yeah, that took me on a whole different journey.
Yeah. I want to, you have an interesting background, and I want to get into some of that journey that you're talking about. Because I did some digging, didn't go that far, but on your Instagram, it looked like you wrote a song for Zayn. Is that true?
Yes,
Zayn.
It's true.
Like the guy who sang Pillow Talk.
Yes, One Direction.
How did that happen? Like, are you okay talking about that? Like,
Of course, yeah. I was a violinist. I was teaching violin to kids in a conservatory of music. And like I said, in the meantime, I was writing pop music, and I had this friend engineer that was Zayn's engineer. He was also assisting Justin Bieber and like big names, and homie from Brazil. So I used to send him all my demos, basically. And he would feel the vibe and he would show it to the artist. And that's basically how it happened. He showed it to Zayn. Zayn was jumped in the booth, and that's it. They kept my background vocals, which I wasn't expecting at all, which was something that pushed me into really like to become my own artist. Because I peeped at some of the comments. Many people were asking, who's the girl singing? And yeah, that's when it started like switching it up a little bit for me.
That's dope. And I guess for people's knowledge, the song that I'm talking about is called Entertainer, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so if you guys haven't heard it, check it out. But clearly, that's dope. That's a cool story. It's a really cool story.
Zayn is huge. Like, gets plenty of radio play. And, to me, it's always interesting. People forget that, like, the songwriting is so important, like, to a song. Like, you cannot, neglect that. So my question to you is, what is that one thing that makes songwriting so hard? Or if there's that one thing that makes it easy for you, that stands out to you about songwriting?
Well, when I'm writing for myself, it's so much easier. When I was writing for other artists, there was a lot of rules to think about because they want the perfect product ready to go. Like the demo needs to be basically the song. The only thing that's going to change is the artist singing on top of it. Everything. Harmonies have to be done, everything. And when I was writing for other artists, you're always like hearing from other people what you're supposed to be writing. Like, oh, they're looking for a J-Lo type of song. They're looking for a Camila Cabello type of song. That's the part that would like limit me a little because I don't live those realities. At some point I was writing songs about being on my private jet and stuff like that. And it felt not real to me. I felt a little stupid doing that because it's not real to my reality. Even the way that I was writing it, like get my private jet, and Dex was like, people don't talk about that. Like people that have actual private jets, they don't talk like that. So yeah, that was the tough part for me, and not being able to put my own personal experiences. The thing with Zayn was it worked because I basically wrote it from my own experience. It was a very sad day. I wrote it crying.
Mm.
And I guess that emotion, just people felt that emotion too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. So pretty much it came from a personal place for you.
It
And
did.
so it meant a lot. That's fantastic. Did you have to change certain things? Because I know that, you're a woman, he's a man. Did certain words have to change in the process?
Uh, I don't think he changed any words, honestly.
Hmm.
Uh, we wrote the bridge later. The part that he definitely was involved in the bridge part of the song, and then later I laid down the background vocals. There's some like ooh ooh, which I did, but yeah, that was the part that was different.
See, and that's the fantastic thing. Like the writing is so good, it doesn't matter who it's coming from. Like
Yep.
as long as they feel it,
Yeah.
that's the most important thing. So that's
Yeah,
dope.
man.
Yeah.
No, that's super, super dope. And actually, I want to back up a little bit because you were talking about how, that experience kind of, I don't know if I heard you correctly, but you were saying like that experience kind of gave you the confidence, the acknowledgement to kind of want to do music on your own and kind of be that lead artist. So like, can you talk about that process? Because I'm sure there's so many songwriters out there who have that reality, right? They're working, they're in the cut. Nobody really knows who they are, right? They don't really feel acknowledged. Maybe they don't even feel like their voice is out there. But like, what is that internal thing that you need to tap into to have that confidence to become that lead artist and get your own voice out there?
Honestly, it took me a really long time to take that leap. Like maybe 2 years, maybe a year and a half. Still kind of processing it. Like, should I be an artist? Should I not? Because I wasn't really that confident in myself. And to be honest, I wasn't really sure who I was because my life was changing so much. I'm a violinist. I'm not a violinist. I'm a songwriter. Now I'm an artist. So my brain just went like, hold up, I need to marinate on this for a while. And then I I started, like, I remember writing my first song and it was with the help of Dex actually, which
Nice.
that's why he's so important to me, because from the start he was one of the first people that told me, yo, you should be an artist.
Yo,
So
shout out to Beats by Dex, aka Dex
shout
Rashad.
out.
He was on the show last year. Y'all check out our interview we did with him. But yeah, he's friend of the show. Chase
Definitely,
Avenue.
yeah.
Y'all are always
Chase
welcome
Avenue.
on the show. But sorry, go ahead.
Thank you, thank you. So yeah, that's how it started. And I remember when, as I was writing my first song for myself, I just felt so free, and I felt in love with it, like more than I was before. Because I get to put my details now. Like I get to shout out Bulgaria in my songs. I get to shout out Brazil and shout out Dex on my lyrics too. I get to do anything. But the important part is really finding myself, being comfortable in being myself, because it's hard nowadays.
I was gonna say that's very interesting that you say that because you guys all know Black Bear. Black Bear's a huge hit maker. I always tell Uche, I say that's my favorite artist in the game right now, just because I think he is a fantastic songwriter. He actually started out as a songwriter also. And he was writing for Justin Bieber. He was writing for, I believe, Timberlake, like for all these big name artists. But he gets very, very personal in his music. Like he talks about heartbreak, but he does it in a way that's very like intricate. So it's very interesting that you say that as an artist, that's the type of things that you pay attention to.
Yes, I think it will always translate if it's real. There's so many people in the world. It's not possible that a handful of them won't really resonate with it if it's, as long as it's real.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I completely
Definitely. And speaking of real, let's talk about your newest song that you dropped, called "Keep Going."
Yes.
You so first and foremost, it seems like you're dropping a song every week, which, by the way, is like an amazing formula. And we were just talking about Russ off air, but if I'm not mistaken, that's one of the models that he goes by, is that dropping a song every week. That's kind of how Russ blew up. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, even up till now, he kind of still does it, which is nuts when you really think about it. But that song, "Keep Going," very inspirational. Can you talk a lot about the message, the meaning behind it, what you want people to actually get from that song when they do press play?
Well, Keep Going is mostly about whatever happens in your life. Obviously, we all go through hardships, and it's just important to keep going for yourself, mostly for all the work that you've done, for all the struggles you've been through. Like, if we reached this point right now, why would we give up now, right? And I wrote that song in the beginning of the year, right after my grandma passed. And I think this one was extremely special to me because I got to talk about my grandma in the second verse. And they played the song in the UK radio this week, and it was just so emotional to me. I wanted my family to hear that from my grandma, you know? And yeah, that was the point because I was in LA and I haven't seen my family in a really long time. So I felt very kind of alone when that happened. And that's where it was. I just need to keep going. I need to focus on my work. I need to do this for my family and my legacy and, make a name for my family mostly. Because, yeah, they've worked really hard. Basically, my family comes all the way from the farms in Bulgaria. I still have family there. They built everything themselves with their bare hands, the houses and everything. So it's just a reminder, of our ancestors, and we got to do our part no matter what happens.
Yeah, that's deep. That's super deep. And first off, rest in peace to your grandmother. That's tough. That's tough when people lose loved ones and stuff like that. But I love the pride that you have, behind your music. You know what I mean? Like, and clearly it comes from your upbringing, your family roots. You know what I mean? Like, just some of the things that you keep in mind, like you said, how your family grew up, ancestral type things. That's all important. Like, and in general, I don't know if a lot of artists are thinking that deeply when they're making music. I'm not here to tell people, hey, like, you're making mindless music, brainless music, but I think there's always going to be a place for people tapping into like this internal motivation that they have when they're making music, because like you said, you want your music to connect with people. A lot of people have your experiences. So that's really cool that you're able to tap into that internally, because I'm sure when you tap in that deep, people are really going to hear it and it's going to resonate with people. So that's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I got a question for you. Shout out Ratings Game Music, my site. At our site, we have a thing called Top Fives. And so I wanted to ask you some of the top fives for certain categories. The first one is singers. Who are your top five singers of all time?
Ooh, of all time?
All time. Tough one. And we can do all time, and then we can do today.
Let's do today.
All right, let's do today. Our
all time is like...
Yeah, all time, that's tough. That's tough. You got to sit down and think about that one. You got to sit down and think.
Many years of history. Yeah. But all right, nowadays, I fuck with Ariana Grande. I can't say her voice is not amazing. That's a fact. Everybody knows that. She's amazing. And I've been digging her recent stuff. I really like, Frank Ocean, but he's also a rapper. So I don't know if that comes in on the singing, but I love his singing parts too. Prince, of course, because I was born on the same day as Prince. Who else? Let's see. To be honest, guys, I haven't been listening to that much music.
Really?
From famous artists. Yes, because I'm just trying to clear everything out. I want to do what comes from me 100%. And I'm a Gemini, so the more I listen to something, the more I start sounding like it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I've been kind of like, I peep a little bit at what's going on just to see where it's at, but I'm not really like obsessing over somebody. You know what I mean? But I love, like I said, Frank Ocean, Tierra Whack, Baby Keem. Lately, I've been listening to him a lot. And who else?
That's 5. You got 5 right there.
Do I?
You got 5 right there. That's 5.
Well, that's 5. That's 5 artists. Did you ask singers, Q, or just artists?
He did say singers.
Because I heard a couple rappers in there.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
It's cool. It's cool.
I'm sure Baby Keem got melodies in his music also, so he's a singer too.
I think so. I think rappers have been singing lately.
Rappers have been singing
for sure.
That is a fact. And you said Frank Ocean was a rapper. I'm not sure if I've ever heard anybody call him a rapper, but I feel where you're coming from.
He raps.
I feel where you're coming from. Though. I get it.
He raps. He definitely raps.
He has some verses.
He got a couple.